Qualifying pole, run flag, and from what I understand, I got fastest lap, so I'm on pole again tomorrow. So I'll take those extra 14 points for the championship. So, but it was just, got a great start, and the street courses, once you get up in front, it's tough to pass unless you make a mistake. I made 2 or 3, well, one big one when I bounced it off the wall in turn 3, and it was the picture cars, Rehagen Racing, Watson Racing. Mustang, the Mustang's just really good here. Obviously, every one of us, the cars just perform really well in the street circuit. So really happy to bring it home.
Congratulations on your win. Now, Kurt, going to you, you've had multiple roles of truck driver, motorhome driver, shop boy. We call you everything, but now we call you a Probably World Challenge podium finisher, 2nd place today.
Yeah, thank you. The car was pretty good. We did a decent start. I feel like I actually was surprised because Dean looked like he hooked up and just left it. My car got a little bit of wheel spin. I had to pedal it a little bit, but we shot up through the middle. Luckily, I got ahead of Spencer. I knew he was going to be really quick. So once I got it rolling, I got down into turn 1 and just tried to set sail and get behind Dean. And Dean was driving a really smart race. I could tell he was kind of gauging it a little bit. And he was, made a couple mistakes. I saw him rush the wall at 3. I thought maybe I got a chance to catch him. I caught up a couple times, but we got into traffic, and it got pretty interesting. It was, all in all, a good race, pretty hot. So it was fun though.
Well, congratulations on your 2nd place. Spencer Bronchelli, your 3rd start in Probably World Challenge, and you kind of matched where you finished. So good run for you, and especially with this team.
Yeah, huge thanks to DWW. The opportunity was obviously a big deal for me, and it's a lot of fun to get back in this series. I watch it all the time. Every time we're not racing and I'm at home, I'm watching on the computer, following timing, scoring, trying to see where everyone's finishing. This is a series that is really going somewhere now, and it needs to be a part of. Enjoy driving the Mustang. That's a ton of fun. Got great throttle response in the car, and I'm really proud of all the guys who helped make this car go fast, put it together. I think this is their first podium, at least that I can remember, so I'm just proud to be part of it.
And congratulations, first podium for DWW Motorsports. Questions from any folks in the media, please?
Dean, I just have to ask, what is it about street courses that just, either with your driving style, or what is it? Because last year you had 3 wins on street courses, and again here you get another win today. So what is it just about street courses and your driving style?
I think it. We talk about it a lot. It's a low self-preservation factor. You just gotta ignore the fact that the walls are there. A lot of guys are intimidated by it because if something goes wrong on a street course, you're pancake. And so it's just, you just gotta have faith in the car, and that's a lot of it. The Mustang is such a great, reliable car that every time I go to the brake pedal, the throttle pedal, it's gonna be there. And so it's more the car. The car is spot on and brakes. So performance friction, Brembo. Thank you.
Kurt, fantastic start for you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the start, and have you been practicing standing starts, because you rocketed right up there and gained a lot of positions there to get up to where you did.
The start is kind of interesting for me. I actually did no practices in Texas, period. I didn't really take advantage of it because I didn't know how good it would simulate it, doing it on hot tires in practice. So I basically just on the warm-up lap, I try to really get the rears as hot as I can get them. And I just, going back to the days when I used to go to the drag strip and hold, F-bodies and stuff like that, that's how I learned to launch a car at. So basically it's just, try to get as much traction as you can. These tires obviously are drag tires, so it takes a little bit to get the car to get off the line. But like the Mustang is a great starting car for standing starts with no camber out back. It kills us everywhere else, but for standing starts, it's a really good, benefactor whenever you kind of hook it up. So.
And one more.
Spencer, welcome back to the series. Is there much of a difference going from more of an endurance racing series to now a sprint racing series? And what's your mindset coming into now your 3rd start in World Challenge after a few years off from racing the series?
Yeah, there's a huge difference. In the endurance racing we do, I want to say that the stints that we do are pretty much flat out. There really isn't much endurance to it. However, there's a lot of luxuries when it's just you in the car, and you don't have to jump into it as fast as you can. Every time you get in, the belts are nice and tight, the seat's exactly how you want it and where you want it. But there's also a little bit of some selfishness that I'm not used to. Because every time I work on car setup, I'm trying to consider my other drivers. And here, I actually have full say, and that's a little odd actually after 20 years of doing it the other way. So it's definitely a different mentality out of the car. But once you get going, it's pretty much flat out in both series, and this is no different. We were going as hard as we could at the end.
Any further questions from the meeting? Awesome. Well, thank you so much for covering, and thank you, folks.
Yeah, yesterday was a little bit of a learning process. It was only our first race, or my first race with the team, and I think we learned a lot. One of the things was that I learned I wasn't very good at starts, so I had to rethink how I did that. So today I got a much better start, and thanks to some coaching from the DWW guys, and that put me up into third from the grid. And then I saw, I guess it was, who was that lead? Dean and Kurt, yeah. And they appeared to go too wide through some corners, and Dean, I believe, was on the inside and started to drift out wide. And I knew it's a street course. It's tough to go 3 wide, but they were moving out to the outside with momentum, and I knew that hole would be there for at least a little bit. So I went for it, and fortunately got by because it's so tough to pass here. I don't think we could have the result if that hadn't happened. But so we'll chalk it up to a little bit of luck that there was a hole there that opened up for me. But I took it. This car was fantastic today. All the things we learned yesterday. Yesterday we were kind of fading towards the end. Today I felt like we were strong all the way through. I just had a blast driving this car. And this series, it's good to be back, and it's good to have success with some good guys. But man, I tell you, man, I had a good time this weekend.
Well, congratulations on your race win. Andrew, a mechanical yesterday. Got to be a little bit of redemption here for you today.
Yeah, very much. First of all, I want to thank everybody on the team for the effort to put the car back together. We pretty much made a wholesale driveline change yesterday, trying to solve all the issues, and thank you very much to all those guys. It was a good race. I think we made a little bit of a wrong strategy call on tires. We went out on scuffs, and that didn't work very well. But the Pirellis held up all race. We just didn't quite have the ultimate pace of the sticker cars. And settled in. There were a little bit of fireworks, a little bit of bumping, but nothing too bad. It's good to get up on the podium at a new place, and we're still learning the series a little bit. And it's good for forward with the 1, 2, 3. Definitely helps out the manufacturer points because I'm sure we might be a little bit heavier after this one. So thanks to Calvert Dynamics, Phoenix Performance, Penske Shocks, Hawk Brakes, we were great on the brakes. GoPuck, mobile power, all of our supporters. So thank you very much.
Congratulations on your second place. Your teammate Kurt, we talked about you having multiple titles, and now it's double podium finishers. Quite a foray into Pro World Challenge.
Yeah, I'm really happy with this weekend. First of all, can I just thank the series for being so professional. I mean, it's been a real welcoming experience coming over to World Challenge from other series. So this has been a great weekend, and the street course is interesting. It's my first street course I've ever raced on. I had a great time driving this place, though. It's interesting to race because, like Spencer said, it is tough to pass. The start was a little interesting. I got a good start, and then I missed second gear, of course. So Dean got a little bit ahead of me, but I got a run on him going into 4. Got a move on him, and then he just, I don't know, didn't want to let me by right there, so Spencer slipped on by. But outside of that, though, the cars were both great. Mine and Andrew's, we do everything together. So we did the same strategy on tires. That was probably our downfall today. But we're still learning. We're new to the series, so we'll get there. And I'm sorry for running into my teammate's car.
That's one of the advantages of working in the shop. You get to fix the boss's car. And questions from the media folks there? Dave?
Spencer, this is going to sound a bit weird, but you've been a veteran in sports car racing for years, for over a decade. Congratulations on your first Pirelli World Challenge win. Tell us how that feels.
Oh man, I tell you, it's just like anyone. It feels fantastic, but it's super special to me. This is my first Pirelli World Challenge win. Huge fan of the series. As a driver, I love what I do in endurance racing. I love all the guys over there, my team. I love the cars I drive and the people that are over there in the series. But this is a different world in sports car racing. A lot of similarities, but it's got a different feel, a different challenge, and coming over here with the great group of guys that helped me out this weekend.
and getting the win. I'll remember this one for a very long time. This is up there with a lot of the other big wins I've had in my career, and just kind of the nature in which we did it makes it a really special deal.
And for both Andrew and Kurt, what is it about? It seems like the Mustang is just the package to have right now in the series, with the number of wins that have been accumulated so far. What is it about the Mustang that just seems to be, the package to have?
I think it's the package to have on the street courses. I think we saw that Coda, the Aston Martin, was very, very fast. I was giving it my all, and we didn't have anything left for him there. On the street track, we got a lot of slow corners, 90-degree corners, stop, turn, jump on the gas and go. The Mustang is very good at that, and I think that's why we showed as strong as we were here. I think some of the other cars that, as weird as it may sound, the live rear axle, having both tires on the ground, as long as you survive, and also when you look at the way that our cars are set up, they're a lot softer, they can take the curbs a lot more, and that's worth a little bit here, a little bit there, and that's what we do.
Same question for Kurt as well, your aspects of the Ford Mustang around this car.
This place, Andrew touched on it, the curbing. I mean, if you can square off some of the corners and get it, to drive off straight, that's one of the biggest things. I mean, these places, it's kind of a point-and-shoot track. There's not a lot of momentum corners like we saw at Texas. I mean, there was some definite advantages to the stiffer cars there as opposed to the Mustang. And everybody thinks that we have a huge power advantage, but it's really not so much the power. It's the traction off the corners. I mean, we suffer in the fast, long corners because we don't have camber in the rear of the car. But the short shoot stuff where you really got to get the torque to make make a difference. That's what separates the Mustang.
Perfect. And further questions? Well, once again, congratulations to our GTS podium for round number